Welcome back into the game. Rare Adam and Mongols will be pitting it off against each other. Mongols debuting their lineup with Senzu and Rare Atom not debuting, but one of their first big boys to face up against. Now, question is, can they get it done? Somebody starting off with no Kev has dropped down dualies and a flashbang out to his team. No kits for Rare Adam. They just want to fight it out.
A lot of questions to be answered about the Mongols and how well drilled they are on this new version of Inferno. I've been leaning a lot towards Ancient as a first pick, but they didn't get selections coming into this particular veto. But still up to their old tricks. Just a boost onto the half wall, immediately peeling away from Banana, and trying to group themselves up towards A, which would be the weaker of the two bomb sites. We see that only Summer and Fuzi here to defend.
Smoke out the long. It's going to be a very slow contact, seems like it. Senzu being sent forward to clear everything out. Generally very good at the first bullet, but 910's the one who trades it out. Busy up above. Will be good for the one. Flashes to rain through. Now there is a push being lined up through the smoke out on Moto, but Kory's been caught out. Senzu's ready for that push. Expro inside the bomb site has been taken down by his IGL counterpart. Fizzy still maintaining the upper position, but while the bomb is planted, he might have gotten 2 kills, but needing to push forward. Down's been made, dropped down. bLitz trying to jiggle around the pillar, buying time for his teammate to come in. Mizinho gets some damage in, but bLitz is the one that gets the head.
Yeah, it gets a little scary there, that's for sure, but the Mongols having the numbers advantage on that bomb site, even with Fizzy, Fozy, just being able to dance around the bomb site and just being such a nuisance and finding that first kill inside of the apartments. Him having that impact and showing that presence, really disrupting the hit there from the Mongols, but on the rotates, it just couldn't get anything really accomplished. And the Mongols taking that pistol quite comfortably in the end. See full investment into rifles here from the Mongolians. No SMGs, not interested in farming that extra cash. Quite surprising, really. I feel like Inferno is a very endemic to SMGs type map. A lot of close range corners, especially as you round into Banana. But they want to try and take these distance fights. They are still probing towards that B-bomb site, but Mizinho has spotted some of the boost, so I think it might call away some of the aggression here from the Mongols. Mizinho just locking them in, but they're actually, no, they still want to take fights. Okay, no. I think they've realized that there's a little too much bravado from the CT players that we're facing, so they're hightailing it the other direction, but it's a foot race for Rare Adam too.
Funnily enough, this is kind of like a Mongol speciality, but in terms of the stack B slide and then quickly run back to A as fast as you can, but Rare Adam might have slowed it down a little bit, and Mongols are much more decisive about backing off themselves, so Nade goes through, Summer is down, and Rare Adam shouldn't be able to do too much in this one beyond just maybe find some damage with these deagles, but they weren't really looking to get this round regardless.
Yeah, not finding too much success in doing damage here on these pistols. Techno very low HP, and that bomb radius on Inferno is quite large, and larger than what people will remember from CSGO, so very important that he gets some proper distance. Because he can contain them slightly and do enough damage maybe that that bomb could finish them off, but no success. Everybody alive, all those rifles stay afloat, and we move into that first Rare Adam gun round. This is one of the critiques, one of the problems I find with the early games we found so far with CS2 is this buying pattern. I mean, nobody ever has the right amount of utility going into this first gun round, and I feel like Inferno is that map where you need Molotovs, you need HEs, you want to get an AWP out as well. Maybe there's something to be said about whether the AWP is still viable in the current state of the game. I know that there are some superstars out there that ain't feeling it, but yeah, very important that they're finding damage early on into this round. We're at him with a nice nade, I think down through middle. None of the B players were really in a position for it.
Flash just pepped up, this could be big, but the Molotov is really nicely timed. Somebody As he drops down to prepare for the flashbang, Senzu just catches him off, expecting him after that pick of damage was heard. And the B bomb site is just overrun. Mongols making it look very easy.
Yeah, not a whole lot you can do. Even as Fozy sort of rotated in through spawn, it's just far too late. Those two B-side defenders need to at least slow the roll or find a couple of kills to make this feasible. And I already talked about their absence of utility. They don't have kits. Fozy does get one kill on the exit. Senzu just not quite clearing or ready for that fight. This is a Mongols round through and through. Very simple stuff, just taking aggression towards the top side of Banana and facing into the site. Even before a lot of the sort of preliminary utility is ready and rearing to go.
Just to pick up on what you were talking about the buying pattern, so Michael, for sure, I think especially if we're going to be going for a pattern like this, where you're sort of saving that second round, you can't buy deagles. You just can't.
Yeah. You just shortchange yourself so much so in a rifle round, and the chance of you getting enough impact on the deagle to justify it is, well, it's like a less than a 1% chance, maybe one if we're being generous.
It's nearly zero, honestly. Even if you have gotten a couple of kills in the pistol round and everything, right? You don't have Kevlar, you can't pick up a gun and do something with it. You are basically going to lose the round, and damaging the T-side economy isn't worth weakening your own.
They did succeed in their save, so they are in with more rifles. Doing a lot of damage onto Mazinho, and the follow-up Molotov is great. Senzu turned the wrong direction, just trying to hightail it out of there. And Mazinho is still completely trapped inside of Banana. Stuck himself in at logs, even on that low health. There is no follow-up nade or utility to flush him out of position. So for now, it's just a one-man advantage, but Mazinho is very close to being an extra.
I wonder what has made the Molotovs go so wrong on the radar in CS2. Because everything else is working. It's just the Molotovs that don't work.
Yeah, APIs are
Oh. 9-10 not agreeing with somebody's diggle. Went a bit too far, have to pop out the shoulder, but he wanted to get sight lines as well. Now rotations are coming in, but it feels highly unlikely that they'll find much. Kory can get a kill and drop the bomb, but with the Molotov down behind him, he's taking so much damage, just ends up falling. 9-10 has got a triple, only two of them with an actual gun.
Ay. That's a little disappointing. Getting caught by that Molotov and then also bumping into the bench that kept him in the flames a little bit longer. That's rough. That one hurts. There's a lot of small things, a lot of changes that have been made. Like the layout obviously is very similar to CSGO for those that haven't had a chance of playing CS2 Inferno, or if they have, maybe just avoiding it for now. You know, the ceilings,
that's a good strategy.
Or rather the walls are so much higher in this version, especially for middle, so a lot of the smokes that you'll see thrown by pros are from second mid, or, you know, they'll just bounce it off the wall very quickly. Not quite as elegant, not quite as easy, maybe, as it once was in CSGO.
I mean, you have to throw the motor smoke from mid, which is just kind of crazy.
Yeah. But then, you know, the graveyard is kind of gone. Molotovs feel like they do spread. I don't know if they spread more, but there's sort of larger areas on this map, especially towards the top side of Banana, that if you misplace your Molotov as a CT, for example, you could overlook an angle. There's a lot of these small changes that do influence how the map is played quite heavily. And the removal of skyboxes, where there's become a very meta smoke towards the bottom of T stairs that we haven't seen used just yet, but expect to maybe see that maybe onto Mongol's CT half.
Double peek out of the open. Senzu still gets one. He loves that angle, I can tell you that much. Somebody trying to get a little bit more aggressive in response, but 9-10 around the corner, even pulls out the Tech 9. He wanted to keep fighting, just in case there was that second player to peek through, but now they're taking advantage of this rotation out from Fozy. Summer cannot reveal himself, but a Molotov out to his feet won't be making him feel any more comfortable. Might be roasty, toasty, but he's been toasted out of the server. Fizzy as well, smoked out and shot right through.
Hard position, but somebody will swing it with a whole lot of confidence towards Banana. May just give this a good old college try. Don't know that there is a extra kit available or not, but that bomb radius can sometimes vacate the bomb site earlier than you would anticipate. Somebody's still hanging around, Techno down, but yeah, not expecting that the bomb site would be basically given up for free. They were trying to get that distance, and somebody does go down eventually. A 3k for him, sure, but the Mongols continue their good times here on this T side, and a timeout in response for Adam.
Great time for me to tell a small story. So it's funny, Michael. Senzu obviously was not a part of the Mongols in the previous beginning of the ESEA season, right? So he was playing with a lineup called CSGO Child, which was himself, 9, Rate, and I can't remember the last 2 players, but you know, so all known Mongolian players who've spent their time at the top. And we happened to play up against them on Inferno, and it's just Senzu coming out from peaks in Banana is just ridiculous. Like, I have never felt so threatened by anyone on the server, and I've like, you know, players I've coached have played against like Prime Tyloo and everything, but Senzu in that one specific angle, it feels like he never loses it. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know, that sounds to me like a bit of a skill issue, but
it was a skill issue.
I'll take your word for it. Maybe
he was really skilled when it was an issue for me.
Well, he's not been the only issue for Adam so far, and in fact, he's no issue in this round. Just spam through the bottom smoke towards Banana. That's what you get for talking him up. Now he's sidelined for the whole round.
The evil eye catches him out from the clusters. A lot of map control sustain. Mongols have elected to go for more of a contact style. Just lining up one single flashbang to try and peek forward. No one's playing Andy over here. Flashbang's been missed and Mazinho still peeks out. He wasn't expecting that. Clearly some lineups need to be worked on, guys. Oh, Techno. This goes and finds Fuzzy Me should be in now. It's all down to Expro and Summer. Expro's down as well. Summer all alone. And he will be able to find 910 with some smokes in his hands, but it's Techno to come through from the side. Summer still completes the first kill. Techno continues his reign of terror. And now peeking right home mid for the last one as well. Techno does it all on his own practically.
Oh my goodness. What possessed this man to suddenly just go for that? I mean, as soon as he saw he found this kill onto the player rotating from arches into middle, I thought he was just going to go, okay, well, that's the quick responder. I can now plan on the bomb site safely. Instead, he just challenges bottom Banana. And Kory, I mean, rightfully so. I wouldn't have expected him to go for a swing like that. Exceptional work there from Techno. Now we're Adam are down in the doldrums, just constantly buying up. And once again, Kory dealing with Senzu towards the bottom of Banana. This time not through smoke, just challenged him around the Molotov. And a 2-man advantage for Adam. Surely they don't let this one slip.
Let's hope. Okay, he's gonna be able to head away. Expro, not the strongest of starts for him individually, but it's still early days.
Yeah, different story for Mazinho perhaps. 0 kills thus far, but argument to be made about whether that's even needed. Now he is. That's a little off angle here from Kory. Not going to be the one that takes first contact, but it's there to run bLitz. Nice first kill, and
oh my god,
finds Kory as through that smoke. Tried so hard to get that trade, and 910 will not fall foul to the uber wide swing from the SMG. Summer's still locking things down though. A 3rd kill found, and a smoke now blooming at the feet of bLitz, just trying to buy extra time.
no.
Summer just too damn sharp. Saw his head for just a moment, and that's more than enough, but they cannot recover the AWP. It requires a 4K from Summer for Adam to get there first.
I can't believe that they just gave out 2 kills to bLitz like that over there. Feels like Kory The second that smoke's coming out, you just have to try and take a swing through a little bit faster, or just stop contesting out towards long as well. Just don't give them the 1v1s when it's a 5v3. Alright, so unfortunately, you do end up losing a lot of your economy, and that puts you in a place where now Mongols can just fully reset you. Deep nade's gonna be good.
That smoke is very awkward to look at if you're a T-side player. They even just jump right past it. They weren't comfortable with just sitting behind it. And they reveal, rather, that the Rare Atom side have pulled themselves back. More passive.
If he hits this shot, I need a ping check. Oh, this one should be easier. But can't really get it. Don't blame him too much. It's hard to hit those off of offline servers. bLitz, flashbang forward, but bLitz just gets the kill. He is tearing apart arches right now. Knows that there could be another player. Expro is going to be trying to lurk behind the smoke. There's no gaps for him to try and peer through, but if he wants to push forward, he does have somebody on his side. So if they want to double push through, there's a chance over here. And indeed, somebody takes advantage of it. Two big frags, turns it right back to an advantage for Rare Atom, but in the meanwhile, Senzu is getting exploratory over at Banana.
Yeah, still a 2-2 split, and the AWP of 9-10, you cannot jiggle. You just simply cannot jiggle versus the AWP. First kill there, and Senzu finally striking, making his move into B, but cannot finish off his food. Kory still surviving inside of Fountain, but now relocating to the backside of B. 13 seconds. There's just simply not enough time. They need an instant headshot onto Kory, and then to get this one planted. The tag is there, but Mazinho can't cross into the bomb site quite quick enough. The round is done. Summer just sitting pretty inside of library, reading books, while Rare Atom lap up another.
That was a pure 50-50 about where the Molotov would be thrown out, right? So he chucks out to Newbox, not expecting him to have held position in pillar. Really nicely played to delay time, but again, you could make a case where Mongols at this stage just force buy up and try and keep the pressure onto the CT economy. They don't do so. They will be half buying into this, but with 4 MP9s on the other side, this is still quite dangerous.
Not been very cost effective, and that's certainly a risk to take. They still had an AWP, and I don't think you could see that they had no idea that was a possibility. Don't imagine you take that challenge, jumping across the boiler so late like that. Summer and somebody have really been the heroes, I think, thus far of Rare Atom.
In all fairness, they are probably the two with the most experience playing against, you know, these high-level Mongolian teams and whatnot as well. We can't really understate how much of a veteran presence they are in the Asian scene. bLitz Deagle, won't be able to find Kory on the off angle. Kory keeps on swinging forward. It is money to be made out in Banana.
That is much needed. Not only that, they farm money on the SMGs, but they get their hands on an AWP as well, one that they didn't have to purchase themselves. That will only help bolster their funds even further. No casualties, upgrades could be made, but you know there's still at least 3 more rounds left in this half, and things can still go askew. So still holding on to these SMGs. Meanwhile, the Mongols have bought back into this once again, but this time only with 1 Deagle. They've got AKs out on the rest. Gotta be careful on these B-side defenders. Between the two of them, they have 2 MP9s. And not a whole lot of health left on somebody.
That's why they're swapping him out with a big gun.
Especially when they've been double swung so frequently by those SMGs. I think it's fair to say they might overlook that the AWP could be there too.
Fight for bracket still seems to be in the cards. Fozzy tagged down in the meanwhile back to B, so they know where the AWP is. Don't want to contest it. Expro traded out so quick, but somebody, there's the swinging SMGs you're talking about. Doesn't matter if he's slow, he'll still go forward. Bomb is in base, guys.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't like what they're doing at the moment, just trying to hunt through middle when the bomb is nowhere near any of you. So Vizino does go back to retrieve it, but that separates the resources, the manpower here for the Mongols.
I mean, Fozzie's gone all the way back to B now. You do have an advantage here on this A bomb side. Moto smoke down, and Senzu might be looking to push through it. Techno just has to try and buy time and make sure the spit player can be relocated away. Time's running down low, but Summer is gone. Still a player to deal with on the site. Will they detect him? Somebody, yes they will. Now with the bomb down, it's a 3-on-2. They didn't lose a single member scaling onto that bomb site, and it feels like Rare Atom don't have what it takes to go for this retake.
Yeah, unless they get given a free kill very quickly via Kory, I don't think that there's any sort of way that they make this one work. Doesn't have a kit either. But there could be... No, the two kits, if there are going to be kits on this bomb site, are inside of pit. And that's most likely where the Mongols are going to opt to save. Actually, can they even save in pit? It's not planted in the best of spots. Yeah, I don't think that they'd be able to. So, yeah, extra damage. Very, very nice here from Kory.
That's great, actually.
Terrorists win.
Keeps the AK alive as well.
Yeah, and he survives.
Yeah. CTs have money to buy because of the SMG kills that they got earlier on. So now, you know, considering you started off 6-0 down, you win this round 7-5 is a great place to be.
Yeah, this is a map that, from what we've been able to assess from the limited amount of maps we have thus far, you know, sample size is not our friend at the moment for CS2. Inferno has moved to be a bit more CT-sided, but again, there are always going to be exceptions to the numbers, especially so early on. Ozzy, a chance. Molotov at his feet, but pushing further forward. No one's going to be giving him that fight. A follow-up Molotov as well. I think Blitz's spider sense was tingling that there was danger around that corner. This would be a hell of a round to go.
That's a Molotov in apartments. How does the radar source be like
miles away?
I don't know, man.
Good setup to deal with the apps pop, though.
Very. Especially if they want to try and get some Archer's presence out as well, but 910 and Senzu still got some clean kills. Now it all comes down to somebody. He's not been checked, the bomb's been dropped, and somebody's gonna keep it going! He has been such a rock on this team. Between somebody and Summer, it feels like so many of their rounds have been delivered by him. Even if Kory is top fragging, it doesn't feel like, you know, they're really any different when it comes to the impact that they've had on the game so far.
Yeah, I think these guys are getting the stability frags. Kory's often finding the supplementary frags that sort of amplify their impact. So nice to see that there's some level of cohesion between the two. But I mean, at the moment, yeah, it is very reliant for these players to find multi-kills in their spots, and they are delivering. They might just have enough to pack in that 5th round that you were talking about.
Three players with the B-bomb side. If Mongols trying to speed things up in this round, this could end up being a disaster regardless. So not quite out in the clear. Nade open could have actually done them a favor if they wanted to push through at that time. Meanwhile, Techno still back out in the apartment, trying to catch up expro, who's rotating back to the pit. Now he's forced to reload into mini pit. Summer still not checked again. Another multi-kill coming through. He's trying to reload out. A flashbang that's not deployed. A smoke that will be instead. It gives him a chance to reload. Now, our rotations coming through. His teammates are coming forward to help him out of there, and by the time they make it in, Summer's still not let the bomb be planted. So, great hold once again from the A side anchor. Does feel like it's all him whenever they come to this bomb site. Summer getting yet another one. Not quite the ace. Techno will deny that, but it's a 5th round secured, and that's all they were looking for. We're off to a break to see what they can do in the second half.
Just come over. Won't you come closer? Yeah, just come over. Oh, oh, oh.
7-5, Adam managing to bring things back together from the 0-6 deficit. Quite impressive, I have to say, even if it does come off of a few big individual performances. Can those individuals take it forward on the T side, though?
Yeah, I mean, same to be said, you know, as soon as we started to see less impact maybe from bLitz on just disrupting the arches, then suddenly things kind of opened up for Adam. Already a very brazen take here through middle from the pistol zone. The flash is excellent. Expro still getting one while recovering from the blindness, but a 3-on-4 as this quickly ensues. Fozy finding a follow-up frag, but Summer as well unseen inside of the underpass, and they're still fighting in through middle. 910 just simply cannot land the headshot, and now Techno has no idea which way to go. He started rotating towards B, but now considers that they could go A, and realizes that he's chosen the wrong site. Adam taking control in this round.
That's actually a bit of a strange call to come through from the CT side, not because of the push down middle, but the fact that bLitz even tries to contest into banana. Generally speaking, if you're doing the 3 down mid, maybe 1 second mid, you would rather have the B player play containment, but I'm going to hold the point because Techno was trying to swing out, not that he gets much from it. Still, the fact that bLitz actually continues to contest forward and dies to Fuzzy is what's really surprising there, because generally speaking, you're taking advantage of the fact that the players inside banana can't really fight back in the middle at all. So, you know, just small little things which lose out the advantage for them, and then Adam do a great job of re-assimilating back into the round.
Yeah, once you lose that player on banana, basically if there are more players on the T side there, then they just accelerate, and that kind of mitigates or bypasses your push down middle. So that was why the Mongols decided to continue to fight. That kill that you're talking about. Well, you said it was kind of out of the Mongols book, and here it is. A stack on towards B. Thing is, will there actually be any contact made by Adam? They have to round pretty far into the bomb site before they discover just how many players are here. A flash lined up as well on the Mongols. Senzu's got that primed deep spawn. And I don't think Adam, surely they don't like how quiet it is.
Quiet on either bomb side. Well, it is going to be a commitment through the CT smokes with a flashbang. That seems to be the only way that this can actually work out for them. They're going to be using the player boosted up. Looks like 910 as a spotter at best, but yeah. This could be disastrous. Flashbang goes forward. They're pushing through, but it's still easy picking for the T side.
Yeah, they ate that flashbang, but everybody just let it rip with the Galils as soon as that flash came out. And there's only so many safe places when there's a flurry of, what, 90, 105 bullets coming your way? I had to do the math. It was like 35.
Yeah, I was like 90. Where's he got an F from?
Yep. 90 with AKs, 105 with the Galil, of course.
In many ways, just a superior weapon. Oh, never mind. I'm lying. Kory shows us why the AK is superior. 3 HP is all he's got, but it's all he needs to have an advantage.
I mean, the Galil could have got that kill too, since we didn't have head armor, as none of them really should do, but...
Okay, Michael, fine, man.
Yeah, man, the Galil, no disrespect. But MP5...
Lots of disrespect.
Massively.
Push down B is being planned up. How long will Adam wait to pull the trigger? It might be too long. Mizinho's getting exploratory out of here. Deep nade down middle as well. And there's the go call from Adam. They're pushing through. There's no one on this bomb site, so it all comes down to what Kory can do, trying to play from inside the smoke. Pops out the barrel. Will be peeking forward. Traded out. Not so clean on that first frag. And now the Mongols are looking to contest as a result of that. Might have looked to save instead. Now, surely they have to opt into that decision, though. Oh, no, somebody in hot pursuit, but the MP5 unable to find the frag.
Yeah, see, that was his mistake. He didn't see him for just a half second and decided to stop shooting when he knew exactly where he was. One more bullet should have done Techno in, but he should be allowed to save because of that. It's very strange. You know, the Mongols definitely hearing and seeing all this utility sail over to that A bomb site, but just not making a reaction down B. You know, they were already slow pushing down, and maybe, you know, making those steps compromises the integrity of that. But things got very awkward very quickly with the A players just unable to slow down the hit of Adam. bLitz unable to save his weapon. And now only that one rifle that Techno kept in his hands on his low health as the only X factor for this round. Adam have really recovered this Inferno. I think at one point it was, what, 6-0? And then we started to see them come back on that CT side, and it feels like that Mongolian momentum is absent.
I have to wonder, I mean, obviously, just to remind the viewers, this was an auto pick. I have to wonder whether, you know, Inferno is something they're leaning away from picking early, if that's sort of the case. I mean, not that I have any sample size available to say that, I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Techno misses the timing. Could have been a quick kill onto Summer, but instead he's backed off. And now remember, with only 2 players on this bomb side, and Mongols not really looking to actively rotate and stack back here. If not for Techno having the A4, I would say this is a done round already, but maybe there's still something to be found.
Yeah, they have to give it respect as well. You know, phasing through or walking through smokes is obviously not ideal, but Adam do get a flash through mid. They were smoked off, and they could fall right into this, where this M4 is. bLitz is going to try his best to distract, peel eyes away from that bomb site so that Techno can do work. There's a lot of time being chewed off the clock here by Adam with very little to go off of. There's no information gained, even with the map control that they've attained.
Full rotation back to the B bomb, so this is perfectly played. This is really nicely done. Mongols are going to be caught in transition. Kory good for 1. 9-10 does trade, but he can't double up. Always hard to hold those swinging angles for a multi-kill in this iteration of the game.
Well, this feels like a net positive, so long as they save both these rifles. Lost Techno, sure, but somehow they've got an extra AK to work off of.
And they might end up finding another frag as well if Summer continues to move forward. Now, admittedly, that goes either way. But guys, ships in the night. Ships in the night.
No one's looking at second mid at all. Not even considering it.
Guys, this could be your meet cute. You're really missing out here. These guys would never make it in rom-com, I'm telling you, Michael.
Oh, you dropped your papers? Tough luck.
Pick them up yourself.
Terrorists win.
Well, romantic fates aside, Mongols have now lost, what, 9 out of the last 10 rounds?
Yeah, that's accurate. Is that what his name means? 9-10? No?
I get it. Well, maybe it does, maybe it does. Has to swing one way or the other. Now he can actually start to play. The prophecy has been fulfilled. Now I must go have my own destiny.
I don't know if that smoke was designed to do that or not, but it's very cool. It's one of the waterfall higher smokes that you can do now in CS2. But Techno holding into the apartments. 1 kill and starts to pull out util and losing bLitz as well. This A bomb site has crumbled. Again, you kind of highlighted the fact that there are only 2 players on this A bomb site, or at least that's how the Mongols have been setting up traditionally, and they are getting picked apart. Still, equal numbers, and that bomb just freshly going down. There is still a chance here for the Mongols retake.
They have to go for it, even if they don't have a kid over here. Problem is, somebody's got another smoke if he wants to re-smoke out Moto, and even if he doesn't, Kory's position is incredibly strong. Clearing that out becomes so difficult. It would be even more difficult if somebody wanted to keep a sight line out through the barrel. Obviously, that's a possibility, and that's when he exercises. Senzu, all he can do is just move back and save the op. I have to say, I feel like And maybe this is just conjecture, but I feel like Mongols haven't realized how much more difficult it is to hold the A bomb site now with the sort of newest changes to Inferno, right? Because we see Techno holding that balcony position. You don't have a railing to be on top of. You can't play inside pit because obviously now players don't have to jump out. They can just run out and actually take the duel versus you as well. This is looking like a slightly outdated CT side on Inferno, right? We're also not seeing that deep smoke down middle as well and whatnot that you are referring. It doesn't feel like Mongols have fully prepped up for this new iteration of Inferno.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Rare Atom were kind of guilty of doing it too, you know, not maybe utilizing some of the extra utility or, you know, establishing the crossfires. I think that's probably part of the reason that they struggled a bit at the start of their CT side, but they made the adaptations. Thing is, will the Mongols find a solution themselves?
There's that smoke coming through, and Senzu's trying to get aggressive, but he's been taken down. Kory, great shot from him. Just pushed through the smoke, hit on the right side, so he had the angle advantage, peeks into Senzu and takes him down.
Yeah, so much more difficult to sort of run scaling flashes as a CT pushing down bottom B because of the walls that are surrounding Banana now. Same to be said for T's. You know, flashes in general are, I think, a little bit more difficult to implement in this area.
A side finish, but this time they might be biting into the wrong bullet. This one's made of lead, not chocolate.
Really comfortable chewing off the clock, huh? But with 4 players inside of the apartments, they are really relying on expro to deploy utility, and that one smoke kind of disrupts the whole idea.
They're not going to be having an Archer's focus at all. That means Mazinho either has to push through the smoke or rely on his flashbang being more useful for his teammates. Now, will it even come? It does, but it's not going to be leading to a blitz kill. They've slowed things down on the T side, but they don't have the time to do so. Techno swinging out wide for another quick frag. Mazinho does try to push through the smoke, but it's Blitz still alive, protecting Techno's vertical angles, and he's going to keep fighting. What a crossfire being had between these guys. Techno and Blitz do it all.
Yeah, I mean, marvelous stuff. This time, Techno's still playing the same positions, but has the util deployed by a teammate instead, and the timing of it couldn't have been any better. Rare Atom had a plan to come out from the apartments and just simply couldn't once that smoke was there, and they'd already ground off so much of that clock that there's effectively no leeway when they start losing numbers and they're completely constricted coming up short. So finally around here for the Mongols, even though they started with that man down, it's still enough. That deep smoke doesn't quite make it in time. Mazinho realizes that he's being hunted, chased, and there's nobody there to back him up. Senzu tanking util and decides to play his life instead, because should he have fallen like he does to the HE, this bomb site is open for the taking.
Blitz is trying to close it down, but he's just come out swinging, and it's only fireworks to announce the entry of Rare Atom. Flashbang through. Techno still trying to fight, but he's lost in his smoke, and he's lost in his thoughts as well. It's all he has left. His body's sort of gone. It's a corporeal realm for him. 9-10. Does find one, but I have to say, largely the impact of either opera on the CT side hasn't been particularly, daunting.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a conversation that's being held about how valuable the AWP is in the current state of things. But man, I do think, Mazinho's had a bit of a mare of a game. That's another one where, he's expecting that smoke maybe to bloom a little quicker. He's jump spotting towards Banana and realized that he basically has no round. By the time he figures out what's going on, he's still trying to peel off to the sandbags, but maybe should have fought for his life instead. He's now naded and burnt to 33.
Be careful, Kory. He's got one cut trace through the second. Expro has to be the one to take him down. You have the jumping advantage, but now Blitz has to be the one to take it down. What a Molotov! Wow. I don't know if that's intentional, but that didn't happen in CSGO. Put it that way. You didn't get mollied all that far out, if I remember correctly. Techno moving forward, trying to catch them up. We'll find one, but again, the swinging through smoke is really not going to take you that far.
Yeah. High risk, and doesn't seem like there's been much of a reward. 9-10, nice kill through smoke, but he's getting flanked. There's a player deep inside of CT. Summer should have the angle, but somebody snatches it from him. It has really been these two on display on Inferno. You said and sort of mentioned the idea of them being more familiar with playing up against teams like the Mongols, for example. I do feel like some of that is on display here. You know, they played a very tempered game, while Kory is sort of lapping up kills in the mid-round. These guys are the ones that are shutting out rounds very frequently. Kory has been impressive himself.
Yeah, Kory's done a great job of just being put on lurking duties, right? He's been playing more B control, he's been playing more B pressure on his own as well, just doing a great job in Banana, but now 9-10, rushing down middle, looking for us from the smoke that we have pointed out a couple of times. Feels like it's the first time, that it's actually been used in a way to let the CTs get aggressive. Somebody's being very aware of it, though. Techno, meanwhile, pushing through, will be looking to contest this. This could be a timing for Techno to actually find them off guard. Somebody's backing off, but Techno's a little bit too slow.
Oh,
they're not checking for 9-10. This should be 2 easy kills. Turns around, gets a second as well. And now with 3 players on the B bomb side and Techno push through, the only angle to go for is a straight mid push for the T side. But will they realize that Techno down in the underpass, waiting for them to make a move, and will be able to get another guaranteed freebie? Here and now, Summer trailing backwards, and Techno has given out the call. They're completely unaware about this possibility. Techno needs to turn around and take the peek. Where is he going to go? He's missed the timing completely.
Wait, he didn't see?
I think he might have spotted just a sliver of a gun barrel, especially with the way rotations are going. They must realize that it has to be out towards second mid. The bomb's been dropped, and Techno continues to contest. So, a couple of harsh attacks, but even then, it is going to be the 9th round for the Mongols.
Yeah, that seems so strange. You know, Techno, like you said, should have seen the gun barrel or seen something as they rounded that corner, but he didn't seem to have much of a reaction. Just full cleared Banana instead, and maybe that was the priority, just to make sure that the rest of the team weren't frozen in fear of an opponent that wasn't there. But ends up finding the timing enough that they can't relocate in those apartments. So yeah, the Mongols are not down and out just yet, but that's a massive oversight from Rare Adam. Once they saw that smoke that was down, nobody from second med went to go clear it. No one coming up from T-steps as the smokes came out thought about it. Or as the smokes dissipated, rather, even thought about it. It's a little bit poor, but something that I imagine they're discussing very quickly to make sure that that isn't an oversight again. Like, if they came up through the underpass and looked right at that corner, that would have also not gone, not gonna miss.
By the way, quick shout out to Mizinho. He's popping out Pi Day. 314.
Yep.
Not the best things to see, to be honest, especially for a young star like him. Doesn't look like he's found his footing just yet. Nice kill from Techno, flashbang down middle. Somebody wasn't expecting it at all.
A lot more willing to be aggressive in the early stages, but there again goes Kory, just taking control over Banana, but Mizinho this time does get the better of him on the trade, and Summer's reaction through mid will not succeed either. So a 4-on-2, in which there's a whole lot of time to play with, but very few friends for Rare Adam.
That is a very nice call from bLitz, though, just the flashbang down middle. Obviously, Rare Adam did go for a timeout to try and discuss about what to do with that smoke, and if the decision is, hey, let's just push through it, that is one of the things that teams have been trying. But bLitz is just ready for that. He spotted out, bLitz takes him down. Now bLitz doesn't have the ability to pick up a gun or anything like it, but with a Molotov down, bLitz can continue to fight through Fozzy. I'm going to keep getting that one wrong.
Fozzy.
Especially because whenever I say Fozzy, I want to say Fauzi, because like FauziTube, the old YouTube guy.
I've heard people say Foozy. Like food, Foozy.
Okay.
It's, yeah, I mean, he's got no vowels in there,
Yeah.
so people just, their imagination goes wild.
Yeah, shout out to Zipnik telling us like 5 years down the line, it's actually ZipX. Guys are like, okay, great, thank you.
It's too late. We made our choice.
bLitz pushing forward, made at his feet, and that is a dead man. Doesn't even have a corpse to take home to bury.
And
Techno,
yeah, having a great time. Can be
something truly satisfying about it. It's quick spray down versus ecos.
yes, and many a star player will want that. I know blamaf is a big fan, but that's actually one of those. You know, it's a harder fight than it looks. You know, people have been complaining about pistols and the wide swinging, for example, being an effect in CS2. It definitely does feel like it permeates a little bit more. So for Techno to have been as controlled as that in that circumstance, very well done. Down to 24 kills thus far, but it may be in a losing effort. Where Adam could find the final knockout punch right here and now. Good nade. The timing, though, not exactly working out to force them off the angle. 910 already struck first, and he gets the wall bang too onto Fuzi, made to look like a fool.
Well, seems like overtime is very well planned out already. TheMongolz took some time getting started on the CT sign, but now that they are here in style. The Molotov will not be catching out anyone. Senzu and Mizinho are just playing the broken wall angle as well as sandbags. Summer was waiting to try and phase the smoke. Not as effective anymore, but still can sometimes give you an advantage, but it is refreshed instead.
This time not setting up for the boost. Maybe expecting that's a little too readable considering their attempt in doing it last time. High-low setup, Senzu falling off, but Mizinho there to lap up kills right after. Finding the tag damage onto Summer, the follow-up frag is great. Somebody cannot trade him, and Mizinho's called the rotation over. It has to be a commitment into this B bomb site. Flashes down, somebody dodging each and every one of them. But these smokes are very dangerous, very difficult to play around. Techno not even considering the idea of a position through spawn, but somebody doesn't have the time to go over to A.
He doesn't have the button either. How would he have gone to A? Well, whatever. 15 seconds, and maybe there's still another kill in him. If he can find it, then there's a chance for sure. But will it be? No. 12 to 12, overtime comes through. We're going to go to a quick break before we figure out whether Mongols can keep this streak going. Oh, we're not going to a quick break, actually. We're going to a quick start of the next round. This is a change-up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, why don't we just dive right into it? This is regulation in MR15. 12-12, a normal score line.
Yeah.
And a welcome one. I'm glad that Rare Adam are showing us what this roster are capable of, even on a map that the Mongols have expressed international interest in utilizing. You know, when we first saw them go into ESL Pro League, they were like, if we can't pick Inferno, we will still pick Inferno. So you can see their mentality maybe has shifted slightly ever since those days, but this first map, not exactly best foot forward for the Mongols. Nor for Rare Adam, both of them had those slow CT starts. Now into the overtime, there can be no more slow starts, no excuses, only results. Cute little time
Flash
double nade there from Mongols, but no recipient.
Senzu was able to hold on. That Molotov does not spread quite as far as they would have liked it to.
Staying up. Yeah, Senzu has to be very careful. Has to fall back off angle. He has one more bullet locked in the chamber. Mizinho wide peeking. And the smoke that's down there from Senzu can slow them down slightly, but only very, very slightly. It took them about a half second to quickly react into that B bomb site they go. They lose expro on their journey, but they can have a safe passage to the plant if Senzu's not spamming every single one of them, apparently. Some are down, and that bomb was out in the open for a moment. They've lost out on Fuzi too, so now suddenly somebody's all alone and wish he had somebody with him. A lovely set of kills there from Senzu on that secondary AWP. The first time we've seen it, OT is where Senzu finds his impact.
Yeah, the Mizinho swing is just making me wonder about sort of the sensibility of having your two youngest, most inexperienced players together on the B-bomb site.
Yeah, you need Techno to be a voice, basically, don't you?
Yeah, you absolutely. That was one of the advantages of having Hustika, right? With these younger players, 9-10 coming in. At least he's an AWPer, right? So to some extent, obviously, I'm trivializing, but to some extent, AWPers do the same thing. But yeah, Senzu and Mizinho both on the same site, both in a site where, you know, you ideally want to have one person flashing for the other to peek in and things like that. That's definitely a question.
A lot of play here down through middle, and Techno may have found a gap. Expro just sitting inside of the smoke, tucked in that close cubby. They're being very wary of this smoke, but Techno is up to no good. This is very, very awkward, but he might just find a timing. Oh my god, oh no! Expro didn't turn, didn't even consider that smoke being a possibility, but a very quick trade.
And the middle almost lands him up! Gets away with barely his life. As bLitz will be finding somebody trying to do the Dougie coming out of a balcony. Somebody successful in getting away still. Can't really make light of the fact that it is a 2v4. Mongols are not going to be looking to let go of this battle anytime soon. 9-10 just get man though, and it might be bLitz as well. Kory's got them both. Continues to be an absolute stunner, and somebody has snuck all the way past their defenses right into Senzu's back. This has gone from a 4 versus 2 into a 1 versus 2. Mizinho, the only hope they have, an elbow given up, but not a shot fired from Kory just yet. He is still hiding away now. Head revealed and head taken off as well. Rare Adam can put their faith in this map.
Yeah, one hell of a map that Kory's having. 29 kills already, and 4 coming out from that round where, like you said, that numbers advantage so massively in favor of the Mongols, and it's just masterfully worked. A flash from somebody from middle, and then just to quickly retake in towards the arches after Kory finds those 2 kills. It's just free. You know, to find that quick rotating player, no way they're expecting that. So a good response from Rare Adam. What could have been a 14-12 scoreline, now neck and neck once again. And all about who gets this last round in this first half of the overtime. That's some info to be gained. That bomb noise is quite loud now that when it's dropped. Now that's distinctive from just weapons being dropped.
Traded Molotovs, but again, Arches is where like leaks are found, and expro is the one trying to pump them a little bit further open. He's not good for the ship. That much is fair to say. Out overhead, Senzu almost gets a kill despite being blind. He holds on for quite a while and takes a lot of damage as a result of it. Will find a kill. Can it be 2? Yes, it can, but Senzu not quite able to find it. It is all bLitz, and he doesn't have much HP, so Techno's been forced to come over, give him some support. Techno and bLitz again, the tag team duo, bringing it back to a 3-on-1. So despite Rare Adam looking like they had an opportunity to find the second round in overtime, bLitz hasn't realized this though. Fozzy coming in from the side. bLitz is going to be ready for it, but ready for a swing that he never takes. Techno instead will have to trade 14-13. The Mongols still find out the second round.
Yeah, so big that they find an advantage coming out of that first half of the overtime. It's been more T-side favored for both of these squads, given that their opposition seem to have slow uptakes on the defenses. And this is one of the disadvantages about going into an overtime, is that now, after, what, 15 rounds, we now see Rare Adam back on the defenses. And whether or not Mongols are going to have the same approach to their attack or not is up in the air, but will Rare Adam remember what the winning solution was? And will it just be simply reliant on Summer and somebody finding multi-kills on either side of the map?
I mean, considering the game Kory's having, maybe you've got 3 players who can get multi-kills, right? Hey.
Yeah, that's fair.
Part of the map that's seen the most activity, though. Summer, nicely done from Techno, manages to bait out the shot, and Summer started his spray already. So Techno gets an advantage when he peeks out again in the second time, and Fozzy can't really pick up for that kill either, because Summer was blocking his view.
double peek, I know that teams have been exploring, but I don't know how successful it will be in the long term. This is the investigation phase of our new game. Still somebody alone over towards B. Has that AWP in his hand, but flash is good, forced away, and the smoke that's down CT, the flick is great. Somebody just trying to keep himself alive and afloat for a little while longer. The smoke right at his feet, but it's extended all the way. No, just a small gap round to second, and they realize that somebody's around that smoke, but Sun Tzu didn't get the memo. Somebody is being such a nuisance. Now Flash is coming in too. Inside this smoke, they know that they have to deal with this threat, but they're getting body blocked. They don't even know it, and they're losing numbers all around them. 9-10 finally deals with what was such a thorn in their side, but they've lost out on so much time.
It's all about trying to gamble the right place to plant the bomb, right? You do need 9-10 to hit this shot, and that means the bomb can be planted. Still, aggression through from kory is planned out. He's trying to jiggle out the shot, but it's Techno to swing back. So despite the heroics of somebody, they are not able to find the round. I can't believe that Mongols actually bring it back, man. Somebody played it so well.
Yeah.
That was like prime perfecto levels of, hey, waiting inside smokes, playing around an angle, finding the one place where the Molotov hasn't spread it. That's really nice, but the fruit of his labor is just not there.
Yeah, and he's not the AWPer, right? Like, this is a guy doing this on an AWP and being incredibly hard to pin down when the AWP is one of those things that very frequently can just get run down. Made sure that not to have that happen to him. Like you said, it's just all for naught. Just because you have a fighting chance doesn't mean that it's a guarantee. Mongols now just need that one extra to take us away.
Does look like it's a full A-site execute that is being planned up. Util being distributed. Come on, guys, get your supplies. Time to face off versus the final boss. And that final boss has very frequently been Summer on this A-bomb side. Can he live up to that title once again when it's going to be an Archer's wrap through to come out from long? Senzu's even pushed through a Molotov to try and make it a little bit sooner. And again, Expro's down already. Summer has to be the one to defend. Good for the first kill. Can he go for a little bit more? They are trying to pace themselves out and have better spacing. Senzu in the meanwhile finds somebody, and Summer is another victim on the scoreboard. Fuzzy and kory, the two imports, can now try and redeem this round. The first frag found, but doesn't seem like it's going to be even remotely possible for Fuzzy to get involved in time for this to matter, and they both don't have kits. There are kits maybe on the site, but they won't even get to it. It's only kory left. 30 frags for him, but they won't be enough to win out this game. Mongols are knocking on the door of victory in Inferno, and it feels like Ryan will have to take it to 3 if they want to try and make this work. And now time's run out. kory's not got a chance. He sees the kid is so far away, but he's still got 2 more players to deal with, and it's simply not possible. 16 for the Mongols, and they will make it through. A win on the board, but not an easy one at all.
Yeah, and a necessary win for them as well. We talked about this veto being very awkward for the Mongols, this being home turf on Inferno, thank goodness for them, but then